And welcome to Benchmonster TV.
I'm Ashley Lynn Condre.
I'm the Bench Monster.
Thank you for joining us. As usual, we appreciate it, and we're happy to see you, happy to have you here. Excited for another riveting episode of Benchmonster TV.
Riveting. That's a great word.
Adjective.
Yeah, that was good. Adjective. Loved it. A lot to talk about on the show. A lot of videos, a lot of lifter submitted videos. Well, not a lot, but just a little bit. I have been glued to the news with the overseas excursion going on.
Crazy
in the
shit
Ukraine.
going on,
Thoughts and
you
prayers go out to
guys.
Ukraine. Putin's Putin's a badass, but he's picking on like a fifth grader. I mean, it's not right.
I don't understand.
I don't agree with what's going on over there, but that is what's going on in the world, and that will have.
I have a friend from school that's actually directly, very personally, impacted by it. She's from Ukraine, and she got a letter from the embassy. Yeah, from the embassy in Ukraine. Basically, I mean, she's not being forced to go, but she's being asked to
go fight for her country.
To go fight for her country, basically, and so she's having to decide whether to leave her family over here, like her kids and that, to go fight for her other family, for her and her country.
Brutal. Yeah, it's tough to watch.
And so she's being very directly that happened on Tuesday, and she's been gone Wednesday and Thursday, so I don't know what I know she was like torn and didn't know what to do.
I don't know if you can get a flight into there at this point. I think
I don't know how that works,
yeah,
but I know they're calling it. They're wanting her. They're drafting or they're trying to recruit women. I mean, everybody.
Sad to see. Yeah, big country like that picking on.
It's freaking crazy. I just can't even.
Don't agree. But we have some lifting stuff to talk about. Daniel Zamani putting up a great gym lift recently, 800 and I thought it was 5. I thought it was 802, 3, 804.1, 3.2, whatever it is. It's over 800 pounds. There's some controversy behind it too, so we'll talk about that a little bit. Got some speed dimension max effort stuff going on. We have a meet coming up. I don't, but my guys do, and they're doing the best they can in preparation for that. So we'll see how they look in training. We got one workout left. I believe it's opener next Tuesday, which is our max effort day. And then they rest for 7 days, and then we go to a meet. And it's going to be fun, and just see what happens. Looks like a pretty big show. I think a lot of lifters will be there. Yeah. Nate Brandenhorst last night said that there's a lot of people he know that in the Portland, Vancouver area down there that are coming to do it. So it'll be a
cool show.
It'll be fun. Yeah, and as a coach, it's fun to just be there and coach and not have the pressures of actually having to lift. Yeah. Even though we'd like to lift, but of course I have a neck problem still.
Right.
Yeah, so I got to deal with that.
Holding you back a little bit.
It's going to hold me back for a long time. Yeah, it sucks, but I don't know what to do except cry about it. And
well, you just got to follow the process.
The protocols,
And the protocols, and jump the hoops and see where you land at.
Let's get right into some videos. Kaiser been sending me a lot of videos to my email. So I want to start off with his videos. And we're going to get into Ashley's at the very end, I think. And then I got my max efforts and speed bench workouts. And then we have to go back to the gym for some extra stuff done. So work is never done. I mean.
Nope. So hopefully we can get back there at a decent time.
I'll probably do cardio and calves or something. We'll figure it out when we get there. Yeah. First up, Kaiser.
Few things to finish up. So
how's my audio doing? A lot of times I'm yelling over here to keep it in the yellow so they can hear me.
I know, because every time I talk, I got, like, when my video is playing, I got all this ham language and
I do this.
Noise. Yeah, if you guys ever think I, like, sound really annoyed or like I'm about to snap
you're back here.
When I'm trying to describe videos, it's because I've got him over here. Like, you can't see because our video is playing, but he's like...
Sign language.
Oh, it's so annoying. Like, I'm trying to talk, and the sign language...
They want to hear you.
Anxiety go up to here. I just want to talk. I just want to tell about my lift. I don't need to scream in anybody's ear. I don't need...
Well, they got to be able to hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody's ever said, we can't hear you. Please talk louder.
That is true.
I'm aware
truth to that story. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Kaiser's doing 405 bar weight. I think he's 15 days out from something, a contest, I believe. 405 bar weight, 125 in chain. Do I need a backing on? No, I do not. There's a lot of videos I have that are cropped and I have to use the black backing. Otherwise you see us over here peeking out and it takes away from what you're trying to watch. So Let's check out Derek Kaiser. Looking strong, looking big. Looks like a foam press. Good pause too. A lot of chain on that bar. Awesome, son. Very impressive.
Very strong. Very powerful.
Speed reps. I just want to point out too that was 530 pounds at the top, the way he had it hooked up.
Jeez.
Then he does some
Nice
old.
work,
These were cool because we don't do these anymore, and I don't know why. We used to do them all. This used to be the bread and butter of my bench routine back in pre-Louis Simmons days. We used to do a lot of rack lockouts. Derek Kaiser with 470 pounds doing 5 reps here in the rack. I thought this was cool because we used to do these a lot from that starting position right there too, working on the lockout. And we don't do those anymore. I think we need to incorporate them again on a max effort day instead of a board press. I really like those. Brought back a lot of memories seeing that, and I definitely wanted to post that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
CJ Morgani sent me a video. He's doing 555 pounds deadlift for reps. So let me put up the backing here and go back to CJ. And CJ's a damn strong deadlifter, no question about that. Got some kilo plates, and there might be a bumper plate there on the end. Excellent form, and I'm not a deadlifter. Ashley, can you say excellent form too?
Yeah, looking pretty good.
Good.
I mean, looking solid. Don't see anything glaring.
Good job, CJ. Thank you for sending that video. I really appreciate it. I hunt videos down in Instagram and anywhere I see them and find them and try to say, wow, that'd be cool to have on the show. Even though just anybody out there, you guys probably already seen them, but the fact that we see them here and we watch them and we talk about them. So Cody Plum is not sitting down, taking it easy. The guy broke his arm.
You won't be stopping Cody Plum.
Broke his arm and
snap his forearm. That ain't gonna stop him. Freaking one-arm dumbbell press. Freaking
that's what we got here.
Safety bar squat. Did you get that on?
I didn't get the safety bar squat, but
that's the one the other day I was scrolling through and I was like, I saw that it was posted under Cody Plum, but like, you know, it's the back of his head and I couldn't see very well and I was like, there's no way this is Cody.
That's Cody.
I even said it out loud, remember? I was like, there's no way this is Cody. This must be a friend he's videoing. There's no way he's doing this.
Well, let's check out Cody Plum.
And I shit you not, it was Cody Plum doing safety bar squats with a broken arm. Yeah,
you got one arm that doesn't work. You still got one that does, and he's doing 125 pound dumbbell press here.
I was very impressed.
Where's Plum? 125 with one arm, other arm in a sling. Nothing's gonna stop Cody, and that's what I like about him. He's a warrior.
I totally get that. You just. If you sat there and did nothing, you would mentally you just wouldn't be doing.
He finds a way to train.
But as soon as you're able to train, as soon as you know you're doing something to help you towards your goal, something to help you make yourself better, you just mentally I mean, I remember when I had my shoulder surgery, like I lived on the pit squat, and as soon as I was able to start doing that, after a couple of days, I was allowed to start doing legs. I just felt so much better. I was like, yep, here starts my comeback. Like. You just feel like, like it's something you control and it's something that you can
it overcomes adversity and
feel better.
I know he's probably still in some pain.
That safety squat with that arm, man, that was...
Did he,
and the one-handed dumbbell.
All of it's awesome, dude.
It's very impressive.
Let's see. Who we got next?
Jesus.
Leah Reichman.
Nice job, Cody.
Way to go, Cody. Like I said, he's a warrior.
Oh,
Leah Reichman. I saw this on the internet, and I hope it was dated for February this year, I think. So she's doing a 935 pound squat. Yes, 935.
935. I'm like, is this her? Are you showing us a meet? This is.
I don't know. It looks like training to me.
Jesus. Well, no, I know, but I saw 935 by her name, and I thought that it was going to be a squat, bench, and deadlift.
No. She's a strong woman.
Jesus Christ.
Approaching 1,000 pound squat for this young lady here. Very good form, pushing the knees out. Hats off to you, young lady. Awesome. I'm impressed.
It's a lot of weight to have.
935. You know what that do to my back? I didn't want to think about it.
Collapse
now
you to the ground.
This made me, I don't know. Made me think we need to have draw a line at some point on bench press stroke, because this,
oh god.
this,
yep, you guys all know what this is gonna be, I'm sure.
Yeah, this young lady, Valeria,
the world's
smallest
bench press movement.
Hey,
like, Jesus.
249 on the bar.
I thought Mariana Nemova, or I can't remember say her name, but remember the female bench
monster, yeah,
who was like 16 doing crazy numbers. Yeah. I thought hers was like unbelievable because she got hers at about this is 249
pounds and she's weighing 114. I think she moves the bar about
114.
An inch? Is it an inch? Let me put the backing on so we can all get in here and see this. But not much travel for the young lady. If you look closely,
it starts at her chest.
No, it doesn't.
God,
there's 3/4 of an inch of stroke there.
God.
And we're gonna watch it again because you got to look close.
You missed it. It already happened. Would you know?
Well, I want to watch it again. Watch. Okay, she's locked out, and it's like
it's on her
3/4 of an inch. No, it's not.
It's basically on her chest.
That's a good lift. That's 3 whites. I don't care what you say.
Really?
Well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I mean, might as well put 8 boards on there. I mean, more power to you if you can. I mean, because I don't even think I could hold it that wide. That does take some strength in and of itself, but
probably that far.
That's
half
crazy.
Inch.
That is crazy, and there's
a lot
of controversy, which I can kind of see it both ways. I mean, like I said, if she's strong enough and can arch enough and make that happen, more power to her. But at the same time, it's the bar really isn't moving.
No,
is it
I
really
wish I could do that?
I mean, it looks like a static hold to me.
Okay. Well, what do you do?
I see both ways. I don't know.
Jimmy Kolb, I believe. Last week we showed Tiny Meeker's 1157, and we wished Tiny the best luck. And he went to a meet, didn't fare too well. But Tiny will be back regardless of what happened out there. And he's got a big bench in him, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Jimmy Kolb said he's competing this weekend. And I believe this is his opener of 1,200. I have to put up the image, I believe. We got that up, and we'll watch Jimmy Kolb do 1,200 pounds here.
Jesus Christ.
Gosh darn it, son. Very impressive. In the band shirt. Built for him specifically to bench like he does in a poly, so I want one of these shirts. And that is a good freaking lift there. I don't,
White lights.
Kolb, you are an animal, and you're one of the nicest men in the world, and ambassador to the sport.
Kind, yeah.
You give back.
He does so much to the sport. He's got his whole scholarship program, and he's got a lot of lifters that he helps out. That he just very supportive, very.
Always friendly to talk
definitely
to.
Giving back to the sport.
Yeah. I wish him all the luck if he is competing this weekend. He said he was driving out. Where's he going? New York? I can't remember. Talked to him on the phone.
Not sure.
We were talking about Cody Plum's arm and stuff, and
it was nice enough. He
reached out to me to see how I was doing.
To make sure you were doing
that's
okay.
Jimmy Kolb.
I know he gave Cody Plum some
advice.
Some words of encouragement, and I think probably put him into better spirits going into his surgery.
Yeah.
I think he told them about the friend that he's got who had a very similar injury and was able to come back. I think he said strong. Did he say strong? Every bit as strong, if not stronger, I thought he said.
What I heard from Jimmy Kolb was the guy he's talking about broke his arm once, broke it again, and now he's back in a band shirt approaching training with 1,000 or moving up to 1,000. So it's never over, I guess.
That is, I mean,
the human body's pretty amazing.
Very good to hear if you're in the middle of an injury like that, to know that you can come back and you can get stronger. And
Daniel Zamani. A lot going on with Mr. Zamani these days. We have him on the show quite often.
Record holder.
A lot of 770 plus benches in training.
The first man to do 800, I believe.
I believe he's looking for a meet. I've done a little research on him. He made a post somewhere that he wants to find a meet and put up 800 pounds. People are saying that he's using fake plates, but you're going to get that type of criticism when you do.
When you're, kicking everybody's ass. There's gonna be haters.
Somebody made a comment how the weights, are uneven and this, that, and the other. But you know what? I competed in Ukraine in 2007, July, and I was out there. And the weights, the kilo plates, I mean, they're very rustic and they're not like a perfect, from what I saw, they're not like whatever they're trying to make excuses that they're uneven or one's tall. I don't know. When he goes to a show, we'll see what happens. And I think he can do it.
I think
he's amazing.
The first man to do 800. I really do.
If what he's doing is real, it's going to be
if we're
one for the ages here. So let's check out Mr. Zamani real quick. What I don't get out of this right off the bat is I hand off a lot. And this kid behind doesn't have, he's not a big man. No. And I'm wondering, it looks like Daniel takes the weight himself. This kid behind, his arms don't really flex when he hands off. I was concerned because I break my backhand and out 700 by myself. And this kid puts very little effort into the handoff. But regardless of that, a strong SOB right here.
He's the only one handing off.
Only one, yeah.
Shit, I thought they were doing.
See, there's not a lot of what's going on there.
Daniel's
takes it all.
75% of it.
89% of it.
Like a 4-second pause.
Beautiful
lift
right there. That looks really, really good.
I thought that looked amazing.
Yeah. I like to watch it again,
that looks
but
like he's got more in the tank. That's not even.
I want to watch it again, but I know that's stupid.
We watch it again.
No, people want to see it
twice.
Know
what to expect.
Okay, thank you. Because it's really cool. Because I did it.
Everything that you were talking about.
I did 800 in 2002 of August, and I thought that was something special to do it. And now, and a shirt.
So crazy to
and now in this lifetime, I'm seeing an 800-pound raw bench. Never in my life have when Julius was doing 770, 782, it's believable that 800 can happen. But this guy comes along. And he's ruffling some feathers.
At least I think. I really think those look freaking.
Look, everything looks good to me.
If he never ends up doing a meet,
then we know.
That might answer that question. But if he does a meet and gets anywhere near it, then we know.
People are just ranting and raving about this guy, and it's very impressive. So, Zamani, let's see you go on a platform and take it. Do it for real, man. And hopefully do it with some, maybe some silver kilo plates or somewhere, like the fancy.
Well, why? What's wrong with the red?
Well, I don't want to say, he brought his own weights. We've kind of heard that happen to some lifters where they bring their own weights to their own meet type of thing. So.
Well, that should never be allowed.
Well,
there's a reason.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to pre-plan for the excuses that people are going to have. So, okay.
They will, but who cares what,
James Priest Burdett. We saw him at the Mindy bench press thing in LA when we were there, and
sounds like he had a better performance this go around.
And he hits a big bench here at the Mindy bench meet. I knew he had it in him that day that we saw him, but he said his car got broken into and they stole his gym bag and he didn't have the right shoes and his foot kept slipping. I watched it too many times.
That was the only thing
holding him back.
I really do. I really think that was the only thing holding him back.
James Priest Burdett is doing a 931-pound bench and he's wearing a F8 shirt at 218 body weight.
218.
Okay.
218, you guys.
Impressive lift right here. Has more in the tank. Ashley, you benched on that bench right there.
I did.
With that man right behind you. James,
I sure did.
Good job on rehydrating, cutting that body weight, and I know he does like a 30-pound cut. It's really crazy. Really? Yeah. I talked to him for a while. In fact, I picked up that shirt that he was wearing. It was like a 4-ply, and I said, this doesn't even bend. And he's like, I can get down 880 something. I'm like, I don't think so. And then, of course, in the meet, it comes right down. And because I picked it up, I thought, there's no way this thing's going to work. Well, he just kicked some ass. I think it's an all-time, all-time 220 world record multiply, I think.
Yeah, it was supposed to be, yeah.
That leads us to this Ashley person. Lots of videos here.
Not lots. There's 3.
Okay, you want to walk us through them?
More, but...
It's your show. You have a squat.
Am I gonna get all these?
Nope. I'm going to let you can talk from 20 miles away.
If you can't hear me, guys, let me know.
Okay.
And then I'll stand corrected. But...
Here's your squat. Walk us through it.
Okay. I've been training with no mirror and trying to use the squat bar, which Ryan said was 55, and I just kept not believing it. For some reason, I just felt like it was 45 pounds because it just felt the same every weight, like when it should have been 10 pounds heavier. It felt the same. And so I finally weighed it on this day, and sure enough, it is 55 pounds. So that was 380, feeling pretty good, feeling pretty strong.
Okay, we got some deadlift here videos here. Here's one.
Okay.
But this was it last night.
Yes. This was last night. It was feeling really good. The next video that's going to play was actually before this, and that was 400 off of a deficit. And so I warmed up. No, this is 415, bro.
415.
Don't take those 5 pounds away from me. Those are 415. Those are 5. So you got 405 in the 4 plates, and then 410, 415.
Look at that. No hitch, no nothing at the top.
Yeah,
That's
I thought
good.
that was pretty smooth. And
yeah,
like I said, it felt really good. And
did I have them out of order?
Horse gave me some really good advice.
What did Nate Brandon Horse advice?
Just talking about, like, I get my lats involved. Like, that's one of the biggest things I'm thinking about is trying to pack my lats into my back pocket. But he was talking about how I need to, like, rotate them out more. And so we were kind of practicing that starting position last night. And I definitely, like, when I was getting into it, it felt like freaking, like, it felt harder, like, because I got him so tight and I rotated him back.
Right.
And then just working the slack out of the bar a little more, and a couple little things. But that was the big thing was, don't you kicked me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So definitely appreciated. There's, he's, probably one of the very, very best deadlifters that I know. So, and me and him both have like a similar issue where we can fly it off the floor, and then we start to get a little sticky off the, at the lockout slows down quite a bit. So that was kind of what he was telling me is correcting my starting position, just making a little tweaks with that could make a huge difference on my lockout. He said he's found tons of success with that cue.
Well, here's your deadlift before that.
Definitely going to start incorporating that. Definitely all the things that we talked about.
What's this?
Gonna start like thinking about them from the time I warm up with one plate all the way up to my
Well, it's
top
good
sets.
technique that you just learned.
Definitely. Like I said, I definitely appreciate his advice.
What are we looking at here?
He gave me like a piece of advice like months and months ago about making sure like, and I still, every deadlift session, I think about it, getting my feet set and planted. And then as soon as I bend down, not moving. Because I used to like shift my feet a million times, like at the bottom to try to, this is off of a deficit. You can't tell because of the angle, but I've got that little wood board. And so I like couldn't believe how easy it felt off of the deficit. So I was like, all right, we're getting that out of the way and going up.
So what'd you do? A workout on the deficit, and then you decided to pull that?
Warm up. Well, I warm up. I warm up on the deficit every time. Like I brought that damn board to the last couple meets I did, just in case there wasn't like a
forgot.
Because I really think that helps my warm up, because then I get to my heavier sets. But I've been taking it out a little bit before 400, but it just like each one was feeling so easy that I was like, all right, I'm doing that off of 400 since that's like around where I'd like my opener to be. As like, well, if I can like pull it no problem off of a deficit,
you should be able to do it off the floor.
Should not be like anything I even have
to get nervous I think you're gonna do 500 in short time. You'll be jumping up. Yeah, you will.
If I can incorporate those things and figure that out, that me and Nate were talking
gaining
about,
10 pounds ain't gonna hurt you either. So
no,
weight moves weight.
I need to gain. I know.
Okay.
I need to gain.
What do we got? Speed, bench, and max effort.
Can you imagine how much stronger I'd be at like 150?
150? Yeah.
I don't think I can get up to like.
Oh,
getting to one. Do you know how hard time I have trying to get to 140 and staying there?
No,
like I can't.
Well, I know how to gain
150,
weight.
like
I used to walk around at 242, 220, and I went up to 367. So I'll show you how to gain weight. Okay, speed bench and max effort. What did we do on speed bench on Friday? What did we do?
I feel like I didn't say everything I wanted to say, but
speed bench. Let's roll into it.
Because you should finish your speed bench before I get there, because I have to finish school first.
Well, it looks like I walked in the gym on my way to speed bench, and I said, hey, we got a meet coming up, 2 weeks of straight bar and chains. Let's get the football bar out. And let's put bands and chains on there. Everybody agreed. We decided to do 8 sets of 3. That was 4 with the middle grip there and 4 with the wide grip. Increasing about 10 pounds, 15 pounds when we moved our grip out. This bar tends to tap the delts a little bit. That's why I went for 8 sets of 3 instead of the usual 9 sets. I know it's not a big difference, but to me it is. I usually don't do the 9 sets of 3, 8 sets of 3, but today I was like, I wanted to join in and not do 5x5 like I always do. Love the football bar. Those are not my bands, I don't think, but those are my chains.
Are those the gym's bands?
Maybe I brought my own in. I don't remember. Chris Logman there doing a little speed bench. He's coming right along. He's going to do a 3 lift at the meet in 3 weeks. Dan Logman looking strong.
Yep, good speed.
Lately.
Yep.
You gotta remember the meet we're going to, we can't wear band shirts. We have to wear polyester shirts like the Phenom from John Inzer. So it's a step backwards in technology, this federation, but maybe one day they'll move forward. So this goes pretty quick. I just show everybody getting a set on the narrow grip and the wide grip, and then we move on. Hines down in weight just a tad. We'll be bumping him up close to 300, I think, in the next week or two. What did we do after we speed benched? We grabbed some dumbbells and did some
press, or
I think we did some flat dumbbells is what we did. And I normally go a little heavier, and how I dictate the weight is, you know, something with 2 sets of 15, obviously, but with a weight that's not too heavy, not too light. Trying to build a little muscle in this process right here. Coming from a speed bench bar where you have chains and bands resistance, when the resistance is not there at the top, it feels like you're pressing out of water. So this is actually a pretty easy lift. Floods the upper body with some blood here. Sometimes we'll do 3 sets of 15. Always changing the angle from seated, incline, decline, or flat. Sometimes barbell movements. Notice Forrest is doing the real weight over there. And he's on the big boy rack, the college rack there. It looks like he's probably got 110s. Forrest is competing in May at Bridgeford's gym. I believe they're having some, I don't know what that federation's called. What are we doing here? Notice the sets are back to back, everybody one after another. There's no rest here. This is a 1 hour and 2 minute workout here. Pretty good sweat fest if you come in and do this and follow behind. We don't take very long rest periods. It's one after another. Ashley should be in the gym somewhere bench pressing too. Maybe we'll see her.
Should be behind you, yeah. Didn't you record some of mine?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Might possibly.
And then usually we go into some tricep work, and the tricep work is basically when I'm driving to the gym, my 2 minute drive to the gym, I know what the main movement is for the speed bench, but the tricep work I make up on the spot. My creative mind. There's so many different ways to do it. And I've never seen a tricep exercise that doesn't work. So I think they begin to not work when you do them too often, too many times. That's why we constantly switch every workout. probably could do this exercise right here 2 workouts in a row, but I prefer to switch every time. These are fat grips. They are mine. These new idiots, they've signed up at the gym, have stolen stuff, and let me tell you, some real winners that they've allowed to work out at this place. Go back from the rock they crawled from under. I'm sorry to say it, but there was no thievery before we got all these doohickeys in here. So you can't leave fat grips laying around or anything else because they end up in people's gym bags. This exercise right here, it's done on a slight incline, sometimes a little steeper, emphasizing a lot of my tricep stuff is around the elbow. Louis always said, you know, your bench is dictated by how thick you are across the underside of your elbow there. And ligaments and tendons are important to train. About 1,000-pound muscles and 5-pound tendons, you're going to run into a problem.
Oh, yeah.
But these are fun. Makes training fun when you come in and you do something different all the time. You know, you guys walk through the door and you're like, oh, you got to do the same thing over and over. It just doesn't work over the course of time. Body adapts and loses the stimulus. So we constantly switch. Sometimes we'll do this exercise right here, maybe with a 5-second negative and a 5-second concentric. I don't like that one, but I do like negatives. Negatives produce most muscular soreness and most muscular growth. Smoothed and controlled movements here, emphasizing triceps. Everybody, as you see, is back to back to back. Everybody hops in. Even me. I may be broken in the neck, but I still show up and train. It's not enjoyable sometimes, but what are you going to do? Cody Plum still trains. That's how we work. You chop my head off, I'd still be there.
Oh, I know. Cody Plum, man, that with an injury like that, still training. And within days of that
there's no holding him down.
And being that injury, he was sending videos of him on the freaking cardio machine.
Now,
I'm like, damn.
Hines is looking strong these days. I'm impressed. Guy's never competed in a meet other than the band shirt exhibition he did last March at the O'Malley's meet. July. Was it July? Was it the summer?
Yeah.
What?
This was the last one we went
to. Hines, when he did, was that July? That was March.
Mary's meet?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, whatever it was then. Okay.
I don't think we even.
Well, the bottom line is he's looking good in the Phenom, and he's been training hard, and I think he's going to do quite well. The whole point it is to go into the meet and just his first poly meet and do the best he can do and leave unscathed. And I told him if he leaves a little bit on the platform, that's all right. I think they are eager to get out of these phenoms and burn them on a pole and get back to band shirts. And
it's just too bad you can't use them.
I agree.
It'd be nice to get an unlimited category in each of the.
Well, I don't know what Mark, whatever the owners of the APF are doing, twiddling their thumbs.
We'll see. Maybe they just.
Dan hates me because his elbow. Dan wakes up at 2:30 in the morning and screams my name. His triceps cuss me out at 2:30 in the morning. I wake up when I go get donuts and milk in the kitchen. I open the back door. I listen towards Pendleton, which is about 45 minutes south of here, and I hear them screaming and yelling at me. I am nothing nice to your triceps. And something about making people feel pain. It's a good pain though. I get off on it because I know it works. I've only been doing this shit for 30 years, man. Okay. So we just left a football bar on there from Speed Bench with bands on it. And this looks like a rolling type of extension. We didn't do too much of these because the fact that they are rolling, you utilize a little bit of a deltoid on the negative. So you're lowering the bar with the front delts when you roll like this. Come down, that's front delt, and then you roll back, and that's hard to do right there. Those bands are unforgiving. I think we had to lower the weight. You're like, uh-oh, because those must be my bands. Because if it was gym bands, we'd be whipping those out.
They'd be a little more stretched out.
I can't remember if I brought mine in or not, but that's basically.
I might have used mine. I have some too that are new and very tight. Very tight. I deadlifted with them the other day, and holy shish kebabs.
Yeah, because if those were the gyms, the one on the left would be limp at the bottom.
Yeah, they get pretty stretched out.
Those are mine.
The ones we have are.
And Forrest right here is an animal. He's
making it look like there's no damn band on the bar.
He's got strong triceps.
You strong son of a bitch.
He always pushes me. I like that.
He is. He's got a great energy. He encourages everybody. He's always just upbeat and happy. And
I don't know what these are called, but I saw them on TikTok, and they're supposed to work your pectorials. What we're trying to do.
Is that enough of a range of motion?
No, but what do you do? What we're trying to do is just mind-muscle connection here, flexing the pecs at the top. Instead of doing the pec deck. We always do that. Try to find something else. I don't really like flies with dumbbells. This actually works. This actually pumps up the pectorials a little bit. Yeah. Have you ever done them? You benefit from these.
These particular ones? No. I've done one in each dumbbell in each arm, and then you bend in that motion.
Hey,
that way you can get a bigger range of motion.
USPA, do you like my underwear? Go fuck yourself, USPA. I got spandex underwear on. I can bench 1,000 pounds because of my underwear. Oh, yeah. So anyway, we did those, but I think we do them a little different on Max Effort Day. If I recorded them, what we do on Max Effort Day is called champagne. So we put 2 dumbbells together and press them up. Oh, I hope I got that on video. Yes, wipe off sweat because you sweat very profusely, even though it's February. This was when it was warm last week.
Yeah.
It was 65. Now it's
spring before it hit freaking winter.
Yeah, 65 degrees last week, 65 degrees below zero today.
Good night. It is like so freaking cold this week. It's stupid.
Heinz staying healthy, and I'm very happy. Don't look at the camera. Don't show off. Those of you that are interested in getting some cuffs, I think Dark Side Iron Gear still honors my discount code of 10%. Might want to check it out at Benchmonster 10. I don't know. Haven't ordered from them in a while. Okay, we've seen enough of that. Oh! And there we are done. Well, just going to move right into Max Effort. Well, I'm showing off my 1 rep max of 325. A close grip. Feels better on my shoulder when I do close grip. Only time I go wide is when I have this is Matt. He came down with BJ Dirk from Moses Lake, Washington. He wants to get stronger. We're trying to get him to take the bar out further. He's been handing off to himself for quite some time, so he takes the bar really high. So we're trying to change the angle which he benches. This is me. I'm trying to be Mr. Bench Press here. Decided to be Mr. Bench Press and take 200-pound jumps. I kind of liked it. I just wanted to hurry up and get up and do some weight. I got my shirt out, and I'm taking big jumps. Heinz, 3 and 2 board action today. We were making a contest, having him take the bar out a little further, dropping his shoulders down, making sure he hits the point where he's supposed to hit. Now, right there, I think we had his shirt all the way up in his armpits. So that tricep support line is all the way up in his armpits, which makes that shirt junk. Another big jump for me, 715. I had no real plan. I just saw guys in shirts, so I brought a shirt in, so I can play too.
There you go.
Seems to be all I can do. We kept Heinz doing 20-pound jumps because I wanted him to get the form and technique down and get his bench line correct. So 2 board was the goal for the day. 520 some pounds here, but I want good control. I want him to utilize the shirt, elbows tucked, spread the bar, keep the ass down. Just last minute preparations here. BJ Dirk with 2-ply F8. He got a triple also. We'll see him in later. Little 3 board action. BJ will go over $1,000 at 275 probably when I'm done with him. I jump right to 900.
Oh, mofo. You would never know that he skipped,
7 to 900.
For a bit.
I thought this would be I thought this would be a shock, but the 200-pound jumps I actually liked. Just want to hurry up and get up and do something. Heinz staying close. I appreciate it. Could have went one more, but it's not about me. It's about these guys here. And Hines really wanted to focus on his technique here because we only got one more workout, and that's an opener. So keeps the butt down, looking good. They move quick, so I got to talk quick. BJ Dirk, 715, still in the 2-ply F8, working on a 3-board today. BJ's got some phenomenal technique. Makes it look like 135. I'm done. Chris was setting some PRs here with triples on 3-board. We had him work on some technical things, keeping the wrists straight. Nobody is allowed to roll their hands back because Hines is all over that with everybody.
Yep.
BJ in his new triple ply doing 805.
Ooh.
Looking pretty good in his new triple ply here. I'm close, but I don't need to be. He could done 6 reps with that shit.
Damn.
He shut it down. That was his plan.
Was easy.
5. What's Hines doing? 90, 85 here, something like that. 2-board. This was a pretty good lift. This is probably his best one. What we did here is we torqued down the back of his triceps support line on his sleeve, and we kind of got it seated right. And I wanted him taking it at full lock and good control, ass down, and that is nice stuff. He is on point.
Was his butt down? Could you tell?
This was one of the tricep exercise. We opted out of any more pressing movements, being that they have a meet in 2.5 weeks. So that doesn't exclude people from doing tricep extensions. This is one we picked. Extensions on the floor, we use 25, so there's more range of motion. If you put a 45-pound plate on there, you won't be moving it that far. I don't get out of work. I'm coaching, but I still have to do the work. Yep. These are pretty tough. I know they look light. 6 to 8 reps. I think we did 5 sets. We had a lot of people in there that night, so you had to hurry up and get up.
Looks like it.
Yeah, it was a packed house, as it always is. But I just want to make sure elbows are in, and we're doing extensions here. Hines is strong right now.
Yeah.
I think Hines will go over 600 in his first meet. We're kind of strategizing his opener, second, and third attempt. We don't know if he gets a 4th at the APF, so we'll have to find that out.
I can probably answer that. But I told you, I believe if you're going for a record. That's
what you believe is one thing.
That's how it is in almost every federation. If you're going for a record, if you got your 3rd attempt and your 4th attempt would be going for a record,
okay,
then you should get a 4th. But you have to get your 3rd to get your 4th.
Get your 4th, okay.
Mary, correct me if I'm wrong on that, please.
Forrest just blows us away on his tricep work. I mean, all the time. Because we push each other, see? So when he makes it look easy, then we got to topple that. So we put on more 25s. This was hard for me. I'm gritting my teeth. I should have put in my mouthpiece.
Oh, you are, yeah.
Yeah. This is fucking not easy. I mean, it looks, but it's hard. Especially from a dead stop. Let that bounce come out and start. This isn't tap and go. Let's see if Hines can do. Oh, he just picks it up like it's nothing. Then again, he's 2 weeks out from a meet. That's when I'm most dangerous on this earth. 2 weeks out. I need to stay in my cave and just come to the gym and go home. Not even go shopping at Costco or Walmart. Looks like I got quite a few of these videos.
Yeah.
Don't mean to bore you with excessive tricep stuff, but it's important.
I just see people make comments that they totally like seeing.
You can't just come and bench press and do push downs and go home. We used to do that.
You know.
Well, what the fuck's Forrest doing there?
Back on those Sunday, back when you guys used to do it on a Sunday.
Yeah, we used to bench on.
It was like, I swear we'd start at
11 to be done at 4.
You got there at 11:30, but everything actually started at noon, and then we'd still be there 4:30.
Right.
Not with the same amount of people.
No.
I tell you, people fell off real quick, but
football bar incline extensions here. We used a straight bar, so Wrists, palms were facing the other direction. This was what we decided to choose here.
Who's that handing off? Is that
That's
BJ's
Matt.
friend Matt? Okay.
I think Hines was over talking to his girlfriend when I needed him. Go figure. BJ wearing the Team Benchmonster shirt there. Anytime, anywhere, anyone.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice.
We chose an inner grip and working the triceps here. That's all we're doing. I think BJ is doing a deload next week. The rest
Is
of the...
he competing?
No. He's been going strong for three or 4 weeks.
Right.
He needs a deload.
Yeah.
I'll probably go deload with him. We'll see. I might have one more week in me. That looks good. I don't know how much more weight we added, but it almost looks like speed bench day, one after another, but that's how we train. Not a lot of short rest periods there. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I like to hang some kettlebells from that bar and make it a little more difficult because he's looking around like it's laughing, so it's not heavy enough.
Clearly
That's called
not heavy
sandbagging,
enough.
yeah. Well, let's put more weight on there if you're gonna laugh and
having
shit.
a good old time under that bar.
That's horse shit.
Totally not.
Yeah.
Look at that. He laughed throughout the whole
Don't get me started.
What was so funny?
Okay.
I want to know.
These are called champagnes, or they're called something or others, but same concept. Working the pectorals. No pec deck, no cable crossover because the gym's full of people. So we opted for these. And I think this is about it. I don't think I have anything after that. I just shut her down. We didn't even do any shoulder work that day because this is how I do it when we're peaking for a contest. Ashley, you're up to bat on the Chatty Box.
Chat box. Here we go.
That's your job.
Here we go. Okay. First one on here tonight was Mary Askew. Love Mary. Good evening, guys. Hope the week went well. Went pretty good. I hope that yours has been too. Living on a prayer. I gotta go to bed, but I guess Putin is really evil after all, huh? I feel so bad for those people. Catch you guys next time.
All right, living on a prayer.
And then he also corrected himself down here. I meant Putin is evil. I guess. Catch you guys next time. Gotta go to bed. Well, thank you for joining us. Living on a prayer. Always great to have you. Thanks for squeezing in before you had to go to bed. Definitely got to get sleep. That's most important. Yep. Paul Loffer. Hey, guys. How's it going? Going well, Paul. How are you? Hope things are going well for you. And hopefully everything's feeling good. And training's going good. And hopefully life in general is going good. Thanks for joining us. Always good to see you here. One Rep Max, there he is. What's happening? How's you guys' week been? Been good, One Rep. Thank you for joining us. How's your week been? Hopefully it's been good and everything's going good. I don't know if you've started your new job yet, but if so, how's that going? Hope it's going well.
What was he gonna be, a cop?
I don't know what his new job was, but remember that's why he was gonna have to pull. I don't know if he started it yet, or not sure if you've started, but if so, let us know how it's going. I'd like to hear how you're doing. John Smith, would it be possible to come back after 3 months of taking off of everything, ready to get back rolling? Time to pump the gas back in also. Love it.
Yeah.
It's totally possible.
Totally possible. Yeah.
Go slow. Take it easy.
Hopefully you haven't been taking time off of lifting and the gym in general. It's just
that would make it a little harder, but it's still doable.
Yeah,
just
John,
go back. Don't
especially
try
if
to
you're
be
a
a
young
hero
man,
on
too.
your first day. Take it slow. Listen to the body. Just kind of work your way in gradually, because you don't want to go too ham, get a little overexcited, do too much, and get hurt right away. So just definitely take it slow and easy, but definitely possible to come back after a few months. Evan Monster 1, excuse me.
Yep.
Hey Ryan, any story? Anytime I see this name, there's just one thing that I
got
think
one
of.
story.
I know you do, and that's what I think of, and it's horrifying. Any stories of Brian Siders? I miss seeing that guy compete.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I know he was a criminal psychologist in a psych ward prison or something. But haven't seen him compete in a long time, and he was an animal. The only story I have is the Paul Roch underwear story, and we've told that time and time again. Yeah, Paul Roch's dirty underwear.
We'll tell the story.
Well,
Just
we
in
were
case he
at
hasn't heard
the
it.
Mendelssohn Classic 2006. BJ Dirk was there. He can bear witness to this. And Paul Roch, myself, we're all rooming together. And next door, Brian Siders and his crew. And it was the year that they had that terrible rain flooding thing going on down there. So we were in the hotel room, and Paul Roch, he does some funky stuff. And he pulled off his tidy whities and hung them on Brian Sider's door handle of his hotel room, and we had the door open. We're sitting and chilling. And Siders got back, and he went out there and took Paul Roch's underwear and stuck them in his mouth and bit down on him just like that, and put him in his pocket and kept him. We never saw him again.
His name, that's all I picture. That's all I can picture.
Yeah, kind of a crazy dude, but he benched close to 881 at the Mendelssohn meet that time. Almost beat me. Tremendous speed and explosive power off the chest. And long story short, after the meet was over, he went and trained and posted a video probably 2 hours after he competed at the Mendelssohn Classic in a gym doing 555 on the incline for like 10. Like the guy's a training animal. He was a great 3-lift lifter and just a big, awesome, very soft-spoken, quiet. But that's the only story I got. I never really hung out with Brian too much, other than because I was really shocked when I saw him do what he did that day, and it's all in the past.
I mean, I wasn't there. I've heard the story so many times that I see that name, and that's what pictures in my head.
Next one.
Jethro Niles Sinric De Leon. Hopefully I said that right. Those are impressive numbers.
Yeah.
Not sure which. It's talking about all the videos, or
yeah, everything we've seen was
or
impressive.
What? So. But yep, a lot of videos on there that were impressive tonight. So not sure which one, but yes, lots of impressive numbers. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Always good to have you. One Rep Max. Dude, funny story about Priest Burdett. This guy's shirts are way too big for him. He just gets Mendy's scraps because they don't fit properly. And on him and on Mendy, they fit like a glove.
Yeah, they may be hand-me-downs, but they work awesome. I mean, the guy's set an all-time world record.
They're working. It's hard to imagine what he might be hitting if he had one that was like made for him and fit him like a glove.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine? I'm sure he'd be up in the Grand area.
Well, same thing with Hines. Once he invests in his band shirt that fits
all
him.
He's used is like your hand-me-down.
All my guys are using are my hand-me-down. So
hard to say what people would be if they had one that was made for them. So
yeah. Thrash attack.
Question for Ashley. My deadlift sucks off the floor. Well, all of it sucks. But what advice would you give me? Well, for one thing that I think helps me from the beginning, I think a large part of why my off the ground power is so much better than the rest of than my lockout, is I used to do tons of deficit pulls, and I still do. But when I first started, you had me doing tons of deficit pulls. I got to a point where I started thinking, oh, the bigger the deficit, the better. And I don't think that is true. I learned that isn't necessarily the case. Because I started doing these like giant deficits, just thinking that was gonna just be a game changer and be super helpful. And I think like there's a point where if your deficit's too big, it just puts you in a completely different position and changes the lift to where there's just not as much carryover. But I found like a pretty good. I feel like a 45-pound plate, or like what I use is a little like wooden block that we have at the gym that is about the I know in my video that I showed you couldn't see the deficit at all, but it's probably about like that, which doesn't feel like a ton, or doesn't seem or look like a ton, but it feels like a lot. So just getting used to pulling off of that, and then taking that away, and it just feels like you have so much more power off the floor. The other piece of advice I would give, which after hearing all the things I need to fix about my starting position, I'm not sure if this is the best advice, but what I've always thought, another reason why I feel like my off the power is so
Off the floor power.
yeah, what did I say?
Off power.
Oh, well, my off the floor power is my strong point. Is I don't think of like just pulling it. I think of like once I get myself in my tight position, what I think about to initiate the lift is all sitting back. I think about using my body weight to pivot it off the ground. I don't think of it, oh, as I'm pulling this off the ground. I think of it as I'm sitting back into this and using my body to pivot it off the ground. Like I said, I learned some things yesterday that tells me that maybe my off the floor position isn't as good as it could be, but like I said, really thinking about like making sure that you grab the foot. That was another thing that Nate talked to me about, was putting more pressure on my big toe at the very beginning as I set up. I do really try to think about grabbing the floor like, you know, like talons almost, but just really thinking about sitting back and trying to get thinking about getting my shoulders behind the bar almost, and just like pivoting it off the ground. But like I said, one thing, like as far as exercise and what you can do, I would work a lot of deficit pulls. I would start warming up. Like I warm up to this day, I warm up to a certain point and then take that out, and I just feel so much better. When my back goes through times where it's like, you know, kind of hurting me, and I feel like it's, you know, when I've had injuries and stuff, I start skipping the deficit because I feel like that's harder on the back. And like my workouts, just like my deadlift does not go the same if I don't start with a deficit. So probably my biggest advice would be start throwing in lots of deficit pulls, and then just like I said, that start at getting yourself into that perfect starting position, really wedging those lats in. Like I said, I learned last night to kind of rotate them out as well as trying to pull them down into your back pockets, just getting those lats as tight as possible. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
Not that I'm aware of.
Those are the two biggest things that I think have helped my off the floor power. If I can figure out how to get my lockout improved, be in great shape. But yeah, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, definitely try, if you haven't already, incorporating lots of deficit pulls in there. Where's my next question?
Right at the top, 1 rep max.
Hopefully that helps. And hopefully did my sitting back, pivoting the weight off the ground, did that explanation make much sense?
Yeah.
I don't remember who taught me that cue. I can't remember specifically who it was, but like,
well, it wasn't me.
Once I learned that, like, it just really it changed my deadlift a lot. I feel like it gave me a lot more between those two things.
At the top.
Oh, the very top.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 rep max. Okay, so real question, instead of my usual shooting the shit stuff, how much is too much tricep work wise? I do sets of 10, but keep going until I can't take the pain anymore and I'm sore as fuck the next day. Then train them again when they're not sore anymore. Point is, do I do a buttload of volume, etc., etc.? But coach told me that's wrong, and do 3 sets of 8 because I'm overtraining, which explains my tricep weakness.
Overtraining.
I'm guessing that's a question for you.
That's a wide topic of central nervous system overtraining.
Yeah, but like is what he's describing.
Well, if you overtrain, if you do so much tricep work on one day and come in the next day and expect your triceps to be poppy, they're probably not going to be.
I don't think
we always set limits. High volume is done on dynamic effort day. That's speed day. And we do anywhere from 10 to 15 reps, 4 or 5 sets of each exercise, somewhere around 60 reps per exercise. Going past pain, I don't know if that is a good word. I'm assuming it's a burn type of pain. But I think keeping a common rep and set scheme is important. And heavier day, we lower the reps and sets, 6 sets of 8, 8 sets of 6. on heavy day, and 4 or 5 sets each exercise. We usually pick 2 tricep exercises plus push downs, just in case there is a little bit left in the triceps. We fully fatigue them before we walk out the door, and that's why I never video push downs too much, because it's usually the last thing we do, just to fully knock them down. But you're on the right path. The overtraining is a concern. I don't know if you're doing triceps too many days in a row, benching too many, we'd have to define that term a little bit, but sets and rep scheme is important when you go into the gym. And Coach Mindy, if that is your coach, you got to listen to him. So what he says goes.
Listen to him with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
on some things.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, but but maybe you need more stimulus. But... maybe you need more volume. Maybe I think everybody needs to do more tricep work. We do triceps on Tuesday and Friday, of course. But Wednesday, when we come in before biceps, we do a feeder bench workout, because we try to do 185, 225 for 2 sets of 20 reps, just get a lot of blood in the upper body for recuperation. And then I usually do another tricep exercise before I start biceps, and do them in conjunction, because I usually start with some curls for the girls with the dumbbells, and then I'll go over and do some push downs at the same time, kind of superset them. So I'm constantly training triceps myself, and they're always sore. But they do, they're a small muscle group, so they recuperate in 12 to 24 hours. So if there is a ability for you to ice those triceps, that would help too. I know Tiny is a big proponent of icing, and sometimes we have to ice the under here a lot, because we destroy that area, and it makes us stronger. Mary, ask you.
Oh, I think you skipped a couple of 1 reps. Go up a little bit.
I didn't skip 1 rep.
You did. We have not read this one yet.
Oh, well, I did.
Oh, go even more.
Oh,
you did. I don't know what you're doing here. Okay.
This
Howard Weingarten.
Apple mouse thing is real sensitive.
Sorry, Howard. He's trying to skip your comment here. I don't know what he's doing. Howard Weingarten. Hey, Howard. Good to see you here. Always a pleasure to have you. Ryan, how's the neck? And wow to all the spotlight lifters. That's a lot of weight. Sorry, Mary, I'm not going to make it to this meet. I'm hoping to work on the next. Okay. Well, we'll definitely miss seeing you, but you got to do what you got to do. And I know she's gonna have other meets down here. She's gonna kind of let us know when some more of her meets are planned. So we'll stay tuned, because that's down here a ways. But as far
as the neck goes, I have not started physical therapy yet. Thus, I can't get a cortisone shot, which I really don't care to have. It's not going to fix the problem, but I'm supposed to do that after physical therapy. Then they'll decide what they're going to do surgery-wise, if they want to go in and do it. It doesn't hurt, so I don't know why I need a cortisone shot. It's just it just causes this arm to be impinged, that nerve, and I don't have anything over here. So I make do. I was in the gym the other night, and I felt really good warming up, and I thought it was a day to exert myself and do a little bit extra. And sometimes I come in, and if I got it, I spend it, and if I don't, I don't. So it just depends on the day. It's very unpredictable what I'm going to have on any given day. I used to be able to train normally and plan normally. Now it's kind of like I got to go by feel. And because what's happening is I'm compensating with the shoulder. The arm, does its own thing and doesn't have a lot of power in it. So I'm using a lot of shoulder in the movement. So I got to watch that, because I'm in, like I said, time and time again, like a broken record, I'm probably going to get a shoulder injury, knock on wood. But so I gotta lift smart and do what I can do. And it sucks, but hopefully better days are coming. And once I have any real progress on my neck, I will definitely be screaming and shouting and spreading the word. But as of now, like I said, not in pain, so that's good. But it's not fixed, and I don't think it ever will fix itself. Stenosis of the discs C4, 5, and 6. The disc is very small, narrowing, and so you got 3 little problems there. And one of those is causing that nerve impingement and causing this arm to have no control. That's why I like lifting in slingshots and band shirts, because they keep it tight and they allow me to do a little bit of weight. It may look like good weight that I did this evening on max effort, but to be honest with you, when I brought the weight out, I could break the bar and the left arm does what it's supposed to, but the right kind of just floats, and it's kind of scary. And I was going to go a grand right after that, but this arm tucked and this arm kind of just did its own thing, and I got a little pinch behind the left shoulder blade. I'm shutting this shit down, so I just do the best I can do, trying to make some noteworthy videos here of my bench days, just trying to make you guys impressed a little bit. 1 rep.
Okay. However, sometimes they're not even sore, so I don't think I'm overtraining. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just a 198er. Ha ha ha. The fuck do I know? You know a lot.
You know a lot.
What you're doing. You've been doing this for a while. You know.
And you look good in the Mindy X shirt.
You know
so.
what's up? Yeah.
Band shirts, man. That's where it's at.
Also, banter story. Haha. I was wearing my proudly plant-based to Mindy's, and one of the guys, Mike, which I think I know. There's 2 different guys that I'm thinking.
They look the same.
I'll finish. Yeah. I can't believe he had the nerve to talk shit, though. It sounds
What do you say?
Asks me if I'm vegetarian. Scott told him I'm vegan, and he laughs and says, "Oh, that explains it. Ha ha ha. I mean, he's stronger than me, but then again, I'm not on the vitamins he's on, and I don't think I'm that far behind him. LOL. I stayed quiet because I don't want to start anything."
Yeah.
Because I kind of sneak a peek before we actually get to these questions, and I saw that one, and there's 2 different guys I'm thinking about, and the one that I think it is, I can't believe he had the audacity to say anything.
Well, everybody's got an opinion.
Because I can't even take him serious. Like, if you see who I'm thinking, he's very, very tiny. Like, I can barely take him. I just kept thinking, oh, he's so cute. Like, because he just looks so tiny next to all of them. And he wasn't, if I remember right, he wasn't doing anything near, like, I just can't believe he would have the audacity to make a snarky comment like that. Because I just kept thinking, oh, he's so cute. He just, like, I can't even take him seriously.
If he's a mini disciple, I can believe it.
He was all, like, serious, so serious. And I was like, oh, he's adorable. Like, so I can't, I can believe it. Because but he really, he should not be throwing stones towards anybody.
Well, that could come back to haunt him.
He's not.
1 rep is going to surpass
him. He's not setting the world on fire. And like you said, I don't know for a fact, but I'm guessing he's got a pretty good Flintstone vitamin regimen that you don't have. So I wouldn't worry about anything he says. I don't think like I said, I had a hard time taking him seriously.
Mary Askew.
Mary Howard, it's totally fine. I have some things in the works for August in Washington and October in Oregon. Ryan, did you ever do back-to-back meets within a week? If so, how did you adjust your training and the week between the second meet?
I did 2 back-to-back meets. One in June of 2004, bombed at both of them. And the second one I did was when I went to Houston, Texas, August, or into July 2002. Missed 801. A week later, did Gus Breathowich's meet in Portland, did 800 for the first time. So how do I adjust my training? I basically, you're not going to get any stronger in 96 hours that week. So basically, I just went in and got blood in the muscle. There's nothing much more you can do. You just basically ride it. I think I got back from if I did the meet on a Saturday, I'd probably come in Monday and do back and buys, and Tuesday I would just work on form on the bench with 315, because I'm remembering back, that's what I did. I would go in and I would take 315 out myself and just do my arch and mimic the lift itself, and because there's nothing much you can do in 4 days. So that's what I did. Just went in and practice form, loosened up my lower lumbar so I could arch really high, and that's all you can do.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
is this going to be, because I think that's what you're doing, Mary, right?
Back-to-back
meets? If I remember right, you're doing that one and then thinking about doing another.
Yeah, sometimes, I've done meets before where...
Have you ever done that before? I was more asking Mary.
Yeah, where I've done a meet on a Saturday and the following week I went completely to hell. So you can it's weird.
I'm guessing you just have to toe a fine line.
Yeah,
I mean,
you really do. It's like I said, I told Gus, I said a week after a meet, I suck. And I went to that meet and warmed up, and I think I barely got 550, 585 in the warm up raw. And usually I just go boom. It went up like 1,000 pounds, and I'm like, I'm done. But I wasn't done. Came together.
A couple. I don't know if I've done like back to back. I've done one like back when Larry would throw the UPA
2 weeks later, there'd be
and
another
Roger
one.
would be the USPA, and they kind of had it where they were just a couple weeks
Yeah.
apart. And I did that several times. And one of them, the second meet, I had the best meet of like one of the best meets of my life. It was like the first time I hit. I think it was the first time I hit my 300 squat, and then the first time I hit my my first 400 deadlift. It was a long time ago. And like I said, I got close to those numbers at the first meet, and then it was so long ago, I don't remember exactly what I did. I think I did because I think I had a couple weeks, so I think I did like one heavy week and then an opener, and then boom, and then beat all of my numbers from the previous one. But it like, again, it wasn't back to back. So if we're talking one weekend, then the very next weekend,
Those are hard to do.
It's going to be a little trickier. But if anybody can do it, you can. You can, sister. All right, let's see where the very top one, right? Howard Weingarten, Mary, great. I'm going to keep everything in mind. Thanks. Excellent, Howard. We will meet again one day. I know we'll see at your meet. We'll see at your meet again, and can't wait to watch you rock the platform. Logman. I don't. Sorry, Logman 71. Thanks for checking in on me so much this week, Mary. Really appreciate your support and all the team too. Yes, we were worried about you, and we hope that you're doing a lot better and continue doing a lot better. You're definitely in our thoughts and prayers this week. So we're glad you're improving and getting much better. So and Mary's great about checking in with all of us and being very supportive, and you gotta love Mary for sure, and the whole team. Like I said, everybody cares. Everybody is behind you. Everybody was worried about you, and like I said, definitely we're in our thoughts and prayers this week, for sure. Good to see you, Dan. Glad to have you on here. Mary, anytime Howard, August should be announced the next week. One rep Mex at Mary Askew. August, perfect. Excellent. We might have found one where we get to see you again. That would be awesome. Definitely want to see both you and Howard again. It was amazing meeting you guys in person. So we definitely got to meet at another competition again, for sure. Mary, Dan Logman, of course. We are not just a team. We are a bench family. And that's what makes our crew what it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. One rep Max. Also, Mr. Kennelly, gonna be mad again since he don't drink, but I'm getting a beer with my brother. Ha ha ha. Haven't seen him in a while. And in my defense, I read somewhere that stouts and porters are more nutritious than red wine.
Bit, yeah.
Than red wine. So we are nourishing ourselves somewhat. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, one rep. That's fine.
Okay, you got the Kennelly approval there.
Just one.
CJ Morgani. Hey y'all, hope everyone is good. Worked real late tonight. Hope everyone is doing well. We're doing good.
Hanging in there.
And hopefully everybody else that's tuning in is also doing good. Having a good week, ready to finish this week and have a great weekend, right? Thanks for joining us, CJ. Always good to have you. Mary. Okay, here's where she answers our question about fourth attempts. Fourth attempts are not allowed for state or national records. Only world records. Okay, that's important to know. Thank you, Mary. So only world records.
Okay.
You need to have world judges in order for that. Unfortunately, there won't be any world judges at the Shamrock Showdown. Okay, so probably no fourth attempts at this meet. So So we got to get it on our thirds, guys.
Yep.
Got to get it in
Okay.
3. Good to know. Thank you, Mary, for clarifying, because we were wondering. I wasn't sure. I knew that if you were going for a record, but I wasn't sure. I didn't realize that it had to be a world record.
Read Evan Monsters. That's
okay.
an interesting one.
I'm working on it, man. Evan Monster 1. According to a friend of Brian Sider's, Brian was in a car accident and sustained some injuries that made him stop competing, but he still trains in his garage gym. There is a recent video on YouTube. Might have to check that out.
Okay.
Maybe we can get that video
That
on here
sense.
for people.
Well, sorry for
CJ,
him.
I know. I wonder what happened. That's too bad, man. To have a car accident ruin your career. I mean, or not ruin it, but kind of take you out of the game, where you sustain injuries that, make it hard to keep competing or impossible. CJ Morgani, hope you're doing well, Cody. From what I've seen, you seem to be killing it already. Oh shit, he is, dude. It's freaking crazy. I don't know, like, if you follow him on Instagram. I know you probably saw the video on here where he's dumbbell benching with one arm, but he also, and it didn't get posted, which we should next week, because I thought it was like amazing. He was doing some safety bar squats. He did a lower body workout. He did like safety bar squats, and then he was doing inverse curls, and him and Rosanna were in their
He's not sitting.
garage gym kicking ass for sure. I was really impressed. I literally did I not say, "Oh my gosh, this cannot be Cody," and here's it. Oh my gosh, it's Cody safety bar squatting right now. Holy shit. So, more power to you, Cody. That's very impressive, and I admire the never give up hardcore attitude you've got. Definitely. God made you tough as nails. That is for sure. And I've seen some injuries, and I've never seen somebody break an arm like that and have the calm, like, collected reaction that you did. You're just seriously one of the toughest. I know. Yeah. One of the toughest people.
Very tough.
Yeah, that I've seen. So very, very impressive. Yes, Cody is definitely killing it for sure.
Odell.
Tim Odell, good to see you, Tim. Sup, BMTV fam. Sorry I'm late. Was with my powerlifting crush.
Hey,
LMAO.
Understandable.
That's important. Powerlifting and crush. Yeah, we understand. Just better late than never. Good to have you here. One Rep Mex. Also, update on last week. Watch the rest of the show at home from the bar, and the arm wrestling advice you gave me is exactly what I did. LOL. Long story short, I smoked his butt. Top rollers for life. Nice.
Way to go, One Rep.
Sorry for blasting off, by the way.
I don't know. It's all right, though. One Rep can do what he wants.
What's blastong? Probably
misspelled. Continue reading.
Trying to figure out what it... Okay, another One Rep Max down here. Back to the tricep thing. I previously do them after bench, Tuesday and Saturday, but if I'm not sore on Thursday, I'll hit them again.
Smart.
Yeah, that's what he does too.
Yeah,
he has
3
his
times
main
a week.
bench days, and then there's usually on his Wednesday, like, bicep workout day, he usually starts with some tricep stuff. Yep. So that's exactly what he does 3 times a week. Just the third time is more of a feeder workout where you're getting a rep in the muscles, not necessarily like
breaking them down.
Trying to break them down so much. Daniel Curtis, I just got an F8. How do you set your F8 for a big bench? Pull the collar down, tuck the elbows, or keep them flared? Thanks.
I personally don't like the word flared, and you can't tuck them like a poly either. So it's more like a 8 and 4. You know, if there was a clock, 8 and 4, keep them here, not here. I don't like this. I don't bench like that. So slightly tucked. The collar is going to follow where the sleeves go. So on those F8s, you pull the sleeve all the way up. The collar is going to fall where it may. as you pull the sleeve down, the shirt gets a little bit more aggressive. So, and when you adjust the sleeve, of course, you pull it down, the neck is going to follow and seat itself. So you got to play with it a little bit. And I know BJ, you know, just got a F8 2-ply and a 3-ply, and we haven't even adjusted the sleeves. Basically, we were pulling the shirt all the way up, and what I call those would be the stock position, just all the way up. We haven't adjusted anything. We haven't pulled the sleeves down, and keeping the collar flat against you, and that's kind of how you start and get a feel for the shirt. But don't flare, don't tuck, somewhere in the middle of those two. 8 and 4, I like. I've seen a lot of people bench like I can't bench like that, but you don't want to do this either, like way in here. So, yeah. Because what those sleeves are going to try to do, they're going to try to force your elbows in. You actually want to push against them somewhat and stretch that material here. You'll figure it out. It's pretty simple. Just start with lighter weight, work on boards, and get a feel for the material in the shirt, and you'll master it in no time.
Thrash attack. Thanks for the answer, Ashley. I also have a bad back, bad habits, you know, but I will try to get it all in order and then add deficits slowly before my workouts. Yeah, I mean, that's something I definitely, and Nathan, I don't know if you're watching, but if you've got any other pieces of advice for off the floor power and improving that thrash attack, would love to hear them. Like I said, before yesterday, I was like, thought that I just had this rocking off the floor position and pull, but I know I definitely have some things to work on, even on that, on my strong point. So Nathan, if you've got any other ideas to add in here for thrash attack, because your off the floor is super strong and amazing. Your whole deadlift is amazing, but if you've got any suggestions for him on, if you're watching, I don't know if you're on here tonight, but if you are, please chime in with any more tips that you've got for off the floor power. I can't talk. I keep saying that wrong. But yes, nope. You're very welcome, Thrash Attack. I hope that helps, and I hope your back feels better. You know, it's what it's like to have a bad back and feel like you're always having problems with your back. So hopefully that feels better and you're able to add those in and see some improvements from that.
Raw Strength Society.
Raw Strength Society. What's up, Benchmonster family?
Jason.
What's up, Jason? Good to see you.
Yep.
Always glad to have you on here.
Strong man right there.
Strong dude. He was another one that got misloaded at the meet, but he got his. His was loaded too heavy too, and he got his. So it was just probably a pleasant surprise to realize God, that felt heavier than I expected. Oh, it was. Sweet PR. So I'm glad that worked good for you. Very, very nice to see you. Hope everything's going good for you. Anthony Caruso, what exercises do you think hit the rear delts the best? Sometimes the pec decks just aren't built well and looking for more options.
Face pulls.
Face pulls are great, yeah.
Inverted on the incline. We do I's, Y's, and T's. So T's. Also, we did another exercise I saw on TikTok where we take the curl handles, put them on the lat, pull down, and then you use them in this direction and pull this way, and it really hits the upper back. We've been doing those recently. Always searching for new and innovative ways to train certain muscle groups. I'm a big fan of face pulls. Big fan. With a rope or a strap. And there's also one where you lay sideways on a bench and do them this way. I mean, there's so many different ways to attack them. But this new way that we've been doing with the handles this way have been really isolating and hitting the rear delt. So just a couple.
I like band. Did you already say band?
Band pull aparts?
Band
no,
pull
go for it too.
I love band pull aparts. Like, did you already say? Sorry, I zoned out a little bit. Like bent over rear delts with dumbbells, where you can either bend over or you can. I also like to sit like on a incline that's back quite a ways, and like I can't do it very well, but you can really feel like I can't do it, but
well, we'll make a video next time you're in the gym.
Similar to like if you were doing it on a pec deck.
Inverse pec deck are always
hit them
good.
A little better. You can kind of go a little farther, get a little bit more of a squeeze at the top. I feel like, and just another option.
I lived on the face pulls. I do them at three levels too. I do them
those.
chin, I do them at the between the eyes, and I do them above the head. So there's 3 levels, and usually 30 reps, 10, 10, and 10. Couple sets of those. Gotta do them correctly though.
I was gonna say I did them like a certain way for a long time, and then I trained with I had a coach that that completely like changed the way that I did them, so that it was more like almost
Well,
like a flex at the
technique is so
top
important.
and come to here instead, because I used to do them like
If
this.
you don't feel them in the rear delts, then you're doing them wrong. So.
And I mean I feel them both ways, but when I started doing them the way that that he recommended, he sent me a video of Omar Isaf. I can't see his name. I'm doing them, and like he kind of focused more on like squeezing at the almost flex, almost like you're doing a double bicep at the top, rather than, because I used to do them like this.
A lot of bench pressers, including myself, growing up. When I would turn sideways, I was heavily developed in the front delts and completely flat in the rear, and that's called a muscular imbalance because you need a strong upper back. That's what you bench off of. So rear delts are very important. Rear sides and fronts. I mean, you want the total package when it comes to the deltoids. And bench pressing really takes a lot of front delt. So, but I like side delt raises, and I always do my rear delts on back day.
Yep.
Since it's part of the back, kind of. So.
Yep.
All right. 1 rep.
1 rep, and it probably is the guy you're thinking of because he's in my weight class too, but he's way shorter than you, isn't he? Like he's a pretty short guy if I remember right. Sorry, too, haha. But he was a world champion fighter, seriously. So I'll just eat the shots because I can't fight.
You'll outbench me in 1 rep. Stick to the plan.
Because seriously, I just kept thinking, he's so cute, and not like in the hot, attractive, good-looking way, but in the like a child cute.
And you probably have to put up with him
just in there trying
and
to
use that as motivation when you train with him, because he's going to be part of your crew, and there's going to be trash talking. We do it in our crew too sometimes. Just don't let it get to your head.
A little bit, but that was
yeah, don't take it personal, dude.
That explains it.
Yeah.
You're vegan. That explains it.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
that would piss me off. I can't believe he's a world champion fighter. Like I said, I could just barely take him seriously.
We all are. Okay, raw strength.
Yeah. Raw Strength Society. I wish my dude Cody Plum a speedy recovery. He is definitely an inspiration on not giving up. Oh,
I agree
for
with you that.
sure. Like, for sure. I mean, we all knew he was a badass and, hard ass worker and, so passionate about all this stuff. But
We'll always keep you
seeing how
updated
he
on here about
handled
Cody
such
too.
a catastrophe, such a huge injury, such a, such a shitty situation, and he just like handled it so well. He's just super impressive. And yeah, we're definitely all wishing him a speedy recovery. And all the hardcore stuff that he's doing, you're not stopping him. We just make sure we're being careful, Cody. We don't want anything to happen, but very impressive. And we all can appreciate that never give up attitude. Definitely a huge, huge inspiration.
Anthony Caruso.
Ashley, I think Duffin has a cue about wedging under the bar. Sounds like what you were talking about. Yep. Also, ever tried Dan Green's deadlift party workout? Floor blocks deficits in the same day. I totally have. I didn't realize that there was like a name for it, that it was Dan Green's deadlift party, but no, I've totally done that where I deficit pull for a while to a certain point with certain whatever I'm doing, and then off the floor for a certain amount to a certain weight, and then put it up on my little blocks. I don't usually use like huge blocks. Because I feel like I was just talking to Nate the other day, I feel like if I use too high of blocks or like too high or like rack pulls, that like you're working that top end and you're getting it, overloading it and all that, but like you're also doing it from a perfect position that you're not necessarily always in when you pull it from the floor. So I like to use a little bit smaller blocks so that it's still pretty close to where my starting position is going to be, but it's a little bit less of a pull, so I can usually get a little bit more weight and kind of focus a little heavier on the topper end. But yes, no, I totally do deadlift party fairly quite a few times. Definitely, I didn't realize it had a name.
Howard Weingarten.
Howard Weingarten. And yes, Anthony, that was exactly what I was talking about. Howard Weingarten. Yes, we will, and hopefully I can keep the hopefully I can keep the bar in my hands. Ha ha ha. Also, Ryan, have you tried the try work that Gillespie gave us? It's a bitch.
Yeah, one of the tricep exercises Bill talked about was the body weight extensions with the barbell, and we haven't done those yet, to be honest with you. So I think, unless I missed, I was taking a lot of notes during that interview, and we talked about it in training the next day, and we have not done those. But if they're a bitch, we definitely have to try them. I know you can do them at different angles, with your feet up on a block, on a bench, so on and so forth, and using your body weight is definitely hard. Of course, my crazy mind would want to add bands and do other things to make it even more harder. So I got to try them. 1 rep.
1 rep max. Since they brought up Cody, I just give up on commenting on him. I bet at Cody Plum is the guy you call when you need to get rid of the guys who wrestle bears. Ha ha ha. He's the John Wick of powerlifting.
That's cool. I think you appreciate that.
I like that. The John Wick
I don't think he's watching
powerlifting.
tonight, but definitely let him know that.
He might not be on tonight, but
I definitely wanted to reach out to Cody. I know he works 12-hour shifts. I wanted to bring him on the show maybe for a quick follow-up on how he's doing. Awesome. Maybe just like a 10-minute, hey, what's going on? How you living? How you doing? How's your arm? And I'll see if I can't get him on the show just for a little brief visit.
When I believe he had a doctor's appointment today.
Okay.
I saw a little bit in the chat. It sounds like it went pretty good, and he got his stitches out and got a lighter splint, and so he's making progress. It sounds like, yeah, no, just absolutely amazing.
And it was 1 rep said it was sorry, it was a typo. I meant blasting off. It's all right. You can blast off anytime. 1 rep.
What was that?
When he said boasting up here.
I remember
blasting off.
Okay.
Alex Estrada.
No worries, man. Typos happen. I just feel bad when I can't decipher, because I feel like I should be able to figure out what the typos are even when they happen. I feel bad when I can't. Alex Estrada. Brian, what was your first major meet and your last major meet?
What's the definition of major?
Well,
like I know my first
like
meet.
Big meet. There was competition.
My first big meet would be when I boarded a plane for the first time. I did a 600 and 617 bench here in 1999 of April in a Wabdell meet. Gus said, come to Texas in 2 weeks or something. And I got on a plane and went down there, and it was the first time going on a plane, going to Texas. So that'd be like my first major meet that I would consider that I did. And I didn't fare too well. Almost missed my lifts, but I was able to grind out a 585. I did 617 4 weeks prior. So, and it was cool to do that meet. Last major meet. What would that be for me? What's major?
Well, so, I mean,
I did a little comeback thing in 14. I think major.
Well, I was going to say the Pride one where you set the 1075.
1075, or I set the 275
that was
record.
Your all-time world record.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, back when I was in the Phenom.
Well, I was thinking the 308 one. It was
308. That was in 2008. So it was a while. 75.
So you actually beat what you got when you were doing super heavy in the 308.
I like to think I can do a major meet again, but
world record, and it was a really big,
falling
really
apart,
big
man.
deal. It was a huge deal at the time.
Howard Weingarten has a question.
Also, Ryan, did you get a chance to video how you put the bar in your hands on the bench?
I have not. So when I get that next time we're in the gym, we'll have to. Fuck, they got the music playing on there, and I can't talk over the video. So I don't know how we're gonna do that. Turn the music off for a minute so I can.
I'm sure that could be arranged.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Especially if we could do it. Well, if we go back to the gym tonight, it shouldn't be too busy.
because there's a few ways that I do it.
We can't get the music turned down this late at night, probably, but
because you know that's why I have these calluses right here in this chunk of meat, because that's where the bar sits for me. And I'm known to grab the bar and then in my mind, you know, turn it. Sometimes I grab the bar and before I even make the grip on it, I turn the skin like this. So I do a few different ways, but lately I've been just taking it and not doing that. So I've kind of, you know, got away from in the band shirt. I don't, you know, in a excuse me, polyester phenom shirt, I would do that. Now in these band shirts, they're somewhat different. So I've been doing some things a little different the way I grab the bar now, because I'm not totally, you know, tucking like I would in a phenom. I'm actually coming kind of flared somewhat. So I'm not doing the big thing. So I've kind of changed the way I grip the bar. Still the same concept. It's just it's two different shirts, two different techniques now with these things. So I will make a video of that.
We should, like I said, if we're going back after this, and it should be pretty dead. And I don't think the music will be that loud. We won't be able to turn it down.
I can't. I'll get copyright.
You could at least start
with any music going. I can't get. Well, you know the code to get on the fucking thing to turn it off?
Never mind.
You don't have the code like this new gym owner.
Never mind.
You can't touch the radio at the gym now.
Never mind. Well, I can that I can kind of, because people were like cranking it up all the way and ruining their speakers. Like you can't, you know.
Well, what do? You
can't be having that. I mean,
all right.
Maybe a sign on there that says, "Please do not put the volume above this number."
No one's gonna listen to that, and no one's not gonna steal stuff either.
If it does, we will be locking the music. I'd have like a little note there. But I mean, like I said,
will go back to Gold's Gym.
I get why because it sounds like they dance. You know, like most of the speakers in there got blown, and you could. I mean,
I know one person who did it too. So I'm not gonna mention any names, but he's a buddy of mine, and he cranked up the In Too Deep back to the hotel a little too loud one time.
I don't know who that is.
He's 400 pounds. He's a nurse. Okay, one rep max.
I know who that is. Really?
Yeah, he blew him one time. Okay. I know he did. Okay, one rep.
One rep. Another thing you can do is use the microphones you brought to LA. Oh, yeah. There you go. They seem to cancel the environment noise pretty well.
Yeah, I guess talking over. I guess you can't really copyright if it's. I don't know. I like to do. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Howard Weingarten.
Wow, I can't wait till you're healthy. I miss you hitting big weights. Looking forward to you and the baddest bencher on the planet.
Yeah, that's a contest coming up, the Tiny Meekers got. I probably won't be ready for that, and I'm sitting here doing this, guys. Yeah, waiting for this and waiting for that, and in fact, I don't know if I mentioned it, but Tiny has a doctor down there in Tyler, Texas, that does a procedure where it's kind of like a cortisone shot, but they inject this, he sent me a link to it, and it's very interesting. It's been around for a long time, and Tiny had a guy who had some disc problems in his back, and he had turn your fucking phone off. It's kind of like a putty they put in your disc, and because they show the video, and it's like silicone putty, but it hardens, and it causes the disc to regrow, and you can actually create, thickening of the. I don't know. It looks interesting. It's not. Insurance won't cover it, so it's out of pocket. It's like 16 grand. But you know what? If the literature that I've seen and the lifter that Tiny Meeker's talking about has had success, I'd be willing to fork out the cash to go down and have those 3 discs injected with this putty, silicone, whatever it is. And because I like to come back, and I really don't want them to cut my neck open, because there's nothing good that comes of that. Fusions and all these other things are just down the road problems. And they say it, you know, if you do this, in 10 years, you'll be good for 10 years. I want something that's going to be good till I'm done. So when we get to that point of surgery or this, that, and the other, I will look for every other option I can find, and not let them cut me open. So if I got stem cell therapy, if I had $50, $60, $70, $80, $90,000, I would, or something, however that much that costs, I would definitely do that. I think PRP isn't going to help, since the discs are narrowing. So I got a lot on my plate.
Okay.
One rep.
1 rep. At least Miss Ashley's mic did. LOL, because you could hear her reading her text while you were commenting on the scenery at Santa Monica Pier and Gold's Gym. Haha. Yeah, that's true. Remember, you could hear like
it picks it up.
Everything. I forgot I had it on. I'm lucky I didn't say anything like too bad.
Equipped.
So that might be a good idea, because I don't
lifter.
think you can really hear the rest. You can hear the person talking, and
I can try.
So that might be okay. Equipped lifter 15. How do I get spotters for when I lift in gear?
Well, you got to have a committed team, a crew that's going to show up consistently and hand off for you over and over again, and hopefully lift with you.
Pick some people you really trust, that you feel like
it takes practice.
And
it takes consistency.
Know that it's going to take some learning. There's a learning curve, and like I said, pick people that you can trust, that are going to be there, that are going to be consistent.
Yep.
And then teach them how,
to do it
they probably won't do it the very first time.
It takes practice.
It's almost like an art. It takes practice, especially you got your group of 3 people, and everybody's got to kind of be working together and know what they're doing. So pick people that you can rely on, and teach them how to do it, and then just practice with them. And just hope they show up. I think
it's hard to get people in the gym anyway, in general. I mean, nobody's lining up at our front door wanting to come in and do what we do. So thank God I have a crew that's what do you call them? Just
dependable,
reliable,
hardcore.
And they show up. Yeah,
dependable, hardcore, consistent, want to be there.
Yeah,
have goals.
Share the same passion as I do.
They're passionate about it. So you got to find people like that, and that might not happen on the first go around, or
if you were here, you just join our crew, and you're more than welcome to come in. So I don't know where you live, Equipped Lifter, but
where you at? Are you anywhere open. near the Tri-Cities? Because we've got people that come from Portland. We've got people that come from Spokane, from Pendleton. If you're super far away, obviously that's not even an option. But if you're anywhere nearby, obviously doors wide open over here.
Yeah, let's see. Anybody who wants to send me videos at any point, you know where to find me, benchmonster@gmail.com. I will put them on the show. Anytime you send it to me, I don't turn anybody down. I love having the ability to get an email from anybody and putting your video on the show. That's what we do. Ashley, any last words?
Howard Weingarten, damn, ha ha. Anthony Caruso. Speaking of dependable and reliable, thanks to you guys for being here every week. Well, right back at you guys. There's tons of you guys that we see every week, and I can't tell you. I know we say it over and over again, but we really appreciate that. We really appreciate your consistent support each week, dropping what you're doing on your Thursday to spend your night with us, and being here, asking great questions, adding great comments. So thank you guys also.
And being nice to our guests.
Here.
We have guests on here. You guys are really cool. And
we're blessed. We have you guys are such a great audience. You're always kind and respectful. Everything is always positive and great questions. And so we really appreciate you guys. We are blessed to have such an
Where do we lift at? Washington State, Kennewick, Washington, south central part of Washington State. And we have a little gym here we lift at. I'm not going to plug them because I really...
Impact Fitness is where we lift.
Used to be a cool gym until they let this gym out.
It is. We're just... There, it is a gym. It is, meant to make money. So... they're trying to get more people in, and unfortunately some of those people aren't always gonna
have
the greatest gym etiquette.
No.
And so those people may not last very long, but I think also getting in some cool people too. We've grown quite a bit, so
all right, I'm getting hungry.
That's it. You gotta lift. You gotta do a little snack, and then gym, and then dinner.
Yep.
1 rep max. Okay, guys, great seeing you guys again, but I gotta go. Enjoy your dinner and the rest of your week. Hopefully I can get a video for you guys. Hope your neck is feeling less worse. the rest of your week. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
same to you guys. Have a great
right
week.
Back at you, One Rep. Thanks for joining us. You know, we love having you on here.
If World War III starts tomorrow and they shut the internet down, then we won't have a show, but we'll see what happens on this earth as calamities continue to grow.
Keep those, all those poor people.
Dave has the last question here. Let's get Dave's question real quick.
Dave, what days do you bench heavy? Any chance to join you?
Open the door. Come on down anytime. We bench heavy on Tuesday night at 5 p.m. I like to bench on the weekends, but nobody, everybody likes to have their weekends to do what they want to do.
And then Friday speed bench.
Usually around between 3 and 5.
But it can be, that time changes
Tuesday night, 5 p.m. Impact, what's the name of the gym now?
And then we are there on, those are their bench days, but we are there on Saturdays. He does back, and I usually do deadlift, but they're happy to help. Like if you came in and wanted some bench help or needed some handoffs, usually he's got a few people in there doing back with him, several of his guys that do help do his handoffs. So if you are far, kind of a ways away and getting in on a weekday is impossible,
Dave?
A Saturday would also be a great option.
Get a hold of me on my email, Dave, and if you're ever in town, you're more than welcome to come bench anytime. Benchmonster@gmail.com. Love to have you.
Saturday's almost a better option because then you get like all of his attention.
The gym is called Impact Fitness, Tri-City, Kennewick, Washington. Impact Fitness.
Yep.
It's off the beaten path. It's kind of hard to find a little bit, but
it is. But I feel like if you plug it into your GPS,
it's got an address.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, love to have you, man.
If you decide you want to, we can get you the exact address.
And you can come in and lift for free the first time. So. Yep. Just walk in the door and you're with the crew, the Benchmonster crew.
Love to have you.
Yeah, we love to have new people. Show up, come train with us, man.
Definitely.
We go heavy. We love to lift, man. We got a good crew. I think you'd fit in well. And then maybe you would join the crew. Move here in this little town. I don't know where you live, Dave, but
yeah, I mean we're not sure how far away you are, but
well,
like I said, if you're anywhere nearby, we do have some people that travel to.
93. We got 7 more, and it's the 100th episode. I got to get a hold of some people.
Anybody got some cool ideas for the 100th episode?
Well, I'm gonna reach out to Dark Side. I'm gonna reach out to John Alec and F. Pharrell and see if I can't get some things to do a giveaway.
That'd be really cool. Do another giveaway.
Yeah, I'll do a giveaway, and we'll see what we can come up with. It's approaching quickly.
It is.
Like 6 more weeks.
That's crazy.
And we're at our 100th episode. And we're gonna do something. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do something. Maybe
we got to make it special.
I want to do. I like
deal.
giveaways. That was fun.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, guys, stay safe out there, and
as always, thank you so much for tuning in and all the. Okay, here we go. Dave, I'm from Reno,
Nevada,
but passing Kennewick pretty often.
Oh,
there you go. Boom.
Pop in, man.
Pop in whenever you're stopping by. Just
Peppermill, Reno, man. I lifted there.
You got his email, and if you have him on social media, either way, get a hold of him. Say I'm gonna be here this day, this around this time, and he'll.
And then catch a ride with you back to Reno and get me out of this hellhole for a while. We need a vacation.
Yeah, we'd like to come back to Reno with you. Sneak us back.
All right, guys, we got to roll. We got to get back to the gym and do a little extra workout and eat dinner and then call it a night. And speed bench tomorrow. Looking forward to that. And yeah, we'll do it again next week. You know where to find us. Same time, same place, 7 p.m.
Have an
Benchmonster
amazing
TV.
rest of your week. Have a great Friday tomorrow. Yay, Friday. We made it to Friday. Have an awesome weekend. Have an amazing new week next week, and we will look forward to seeing you Thursday, same time, same place.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.